When you go out into the wilderness still, people decompress out there because you don't have those energies. You don't have the electric, the Wi-Fi. And he says, I think it has to do with that, why things can come over from the other side there. He says that's how he explains a lot of the paranormal stuff. And you guys are paranormal, and it would stand to reason that we know it is an electrical phenomenon. We know the computer was invented. The computer was invented to reach the other side. Did you guys know that?
No.
Research the origin of the computer and the guy that did it. He invented the computer to talk to the other side. That's where it came from.
I had no idea.
Yeah, there's some great stuff on the internet. Some old researchers that put that stuff together.
Cool.
Yeah,
it's all
paranormal
electricity
and technology
intertwined.
On my website, I talk at great length about sorcery and about energy and about mysticism and physics and how it's the same thing. Back in the day, you had a king, and a king hired an alchemist, and he was down in the basements mixing sulfur and trying to transmute lead into gold, right? Today, you got MIT and Texas Instruments, funded by the government, down there bending space and time in some government lab.
True.
For DARPA.
Interesting.
Right? Nothing's changed.
Mm-mm.
When the old world sent the Mayflower over, when the Spanish and the French and the English, right, the pinnacle of modern civilization at that time, as soon as they had boats, they came over. They knew this was here. Everyone knew that the world wasn't flat. They were going to fall off the edge of it. Sorry for the flat earthers out there, by the way. But they took advantage of the resources and they monopolized on everything out here. They grabbed it and they secured it and they are allocating it today. When we go to the moon or when we go out into space, when humans leave space, it's not going to be the cashiers. It ain't going to be the farmers. It's going to be those same bloodlines and the same people in positions of power who have been controlling the path of humanity the whole time.
What do you think is your most definitive, Jesus, these bugs, personal story from the mountains when you've been out here? What have you experienced?
I've never told this story before. I'll tell it. It happened. It's true. God's my witness. I was at Burrow Creek, almost to Wickiup. Go to Wickenburg, then Wickiup is about half there. You'll find it on a map. And that bridge there, that canyon, a lot of death has happened there. And I was there about 2 o'clock in the morning coming back from Phoenix. And I was out there with my dog on the edge overlook. I was taking a break. I was so tired. And I had my knife on me. I carried a knife back in the day. I was shoved in the front of my pants here. And it was about a 3/4 moon night, maybe. And I was feeling, it was nice out first, and I started feeling creepy. Something was bad. Something was wrong. And then it went to something as...
See that light out there, by the way? Do you think that's a hiker?
Could be. Could very well be coming back from the waterfall. The trail runs right up there.
Is that a 3/4 moon?
We're just over a half. It's almost 3/4, yeah. But no, it's close. So it was definitely a well-lit night, and it went from feeling awkward and weird to the hair on the back of my neck to I'm in imminent danger. And I was looking around, and I looked. My dog was under the truck, and I thought, shit, something's going on here. And I don't know why. I looked up and to my left, backwards, and something was bearing down on me. And I instinctively rolled, did an Aikido roll, I martial arts. And when I came up, I grabbed my knife. But here's the weird part. As I was rolling, the thing buzzed me. And I heard it come by, and I heard cloth. It was wearing clothing, and it was flying. And this is a true story. And when I came back up, I pulled my knife out, and I screamed. The adrenaline went, and it was fight or flight. And I can't remember what I even screamed now, but it went out probably about 30, 40 yards. It stopped. It turned and it hovered right there. What felt like about a minute, but it couldn't have been more than about 3 or 4 seconds, 5 seconds maybe. And it looked, and the best way I can describe it is if you've seen Lord of the Rings, remember them things that ride those dragons with the black things on? Those things. It looked like that.
Ugh.
It looked like that. It was wearing a black cloth. And that's what tripped me out. It was, wasn't an owl, wasn't a hawk.
Ugh.
It was hovering in space. It wasn't moving, it wasn't flying. It was hovering. And then it turned off to the southwest and went towards Greenwood Peak. And I watched it fly, and I watched it because the moon was bouncing off, because it was a pretty bright night out, about a 3/4 moon night. That's the craziest damn thing I've ever seen out here in this desert.
that's bizarre.
I went home and I called one of my friends and asked him, what he thought, and he's like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, what do you tell someone when they call you up at 3 o'clock in the morning and tell you that, But that happened. That happened.